Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Gizmo Joe. What I have in front of me right here is a wireless charger. Now what's really interesting about this particular charger is that I purchased it from GearBest. Now some of you may remember GearBest as a Chinese website that sold a whole lot of tech, and they just sort of up and disappeared a few months ago. And to be honest with you, I didn't think I'd ever get this. It took about 6 months to get to me, but I got it, and I'm really surprised given the fact that GearBest, if you try to go over there now, they do not exist. It's totally gone. So who knows what happened to it or where they went. But I did get my last purchase from them, which is a wireless charger. Now this is just a pad style wireless charger. And it was super cheap. That's why I picked it up. It was about $4, and it was sort of a no-name brand. I mean, as you can see, the box, there is nothing on here that tells you much of anything. The box is a little beat up. Obviously, it took a really long time to get to me here in Australia. But if we take a look at it, let's just have a look at the back here. So it's universal input, 5 volt, 2 amp. It says fast charge input, it's up to 9 volts. So, it's not going to be as fast. Because if you look at the output here, it's only 9 volt at 1.2 amps, so it's not going to be super fast. You can get ones that are quite quick nowadays, but this one obviously is going to be a little bit slower, and that 5 volt one, that's a trickle, but like I said, for $4, can't really complain. And obviously it's got some conversion rate. It's only at 76%, so it's not the best in terms of sort of energy efficiency. But otherwise, when you look on this, there's really nothing on here. It says it's the Qi. I'm not really sure how to say that. Let me know in the comments. But that's what you're after if you're looking for a wireless charger. You really want it to be Qi, I think, maybe. G? I don't know. You want it to be that sort of standard. That is pretty much the standard for all wireless chargers nowadays, regardless of what product, whether it's an Android phone, a tablet, Apple, doesn't matter. Everybody uses Qi, whatever it is. Anyway, in the box, there's not much of anything. So, I just threw that box away. There is no instructions. There's no thank you card, nothing in it. So I guess they're just hoping that you know how to use it. And let's face it, we all know how to use one of these guys. But if we look here, it's just the pad type. So it does have some, they're not rubber feet. They're almost like plastic feet. So it just sort of like elevates it a little bit. It's not going to help it from sliding around. So if that's a concern, obviously you don't necessarily want to pick one of these guys up. Not that you could probably even find one. I was going to say I'll leave a link down in the description, but like I said, I bought it from GearBest, and they do not exist anymore. But anyway, if you look on the back here, it's a wireless charger. It just gives you some, information down on the back. And it comes with a micro USB cable. So what we're going to do is plug this guy in and see how it performs. Okay, so I've hooked up the wireless charger just by my computer desk. I apologize for the lighting. It's not the best over here. But as you can see, there is a little LED light. So when there's power going to the wireless charging pad, it is a red little LED there. And I have my Samsung, which does support wireless charging. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it right on the pad and see what happens. And there we go. It is charging, but as you can see, the Samsung Galaxy, this is a Note 10 Plus, this is not reading it as a fast charging device. So, it's saying 2 hours and 12 minutes until full. I'm at 50%. So that's pretty slow, even though it says fast charge right on the pad. That's an interesting little feature. So if we pop it back on the pad, and it looks like, it has to be just so. You can't really have it hanging off or anything like that, but if you can see that LED, you can kind of see my fingers there. When it's charging a device, it will glow blue instead of that red. But like I said, it's definitely not a fast charge device. But for $4, I mean, I can't really complain. You could essentially buy a ton of these and put them all around your house or office or whatever and take a look. But anyway, it does work. So for $4, it's definitely, something to consider if you can get your hands on one. I'll try to scour the internet and see if I can find one for you guys and leave a link down in the description, but no promises. Okay, so, I mean, this is a super cheap wireless charger. I'm not even sure if it is sort of Key certified or Qi certified or whatever. It seems to work with my Note 10 Plus, so if you're after a really cheap pad, they will work. Fast charge is a bit of a lofty claim because, like I said, my phone is not registering it as a fast charge device. It's also supported by micro USB, which obviously is getting pretty old. And it just doesn't have the same sort of power delivery as USB-C. And, the cable that comes bundled with it is woefully short. So, I mean, you're going to have to probably supply your own. I mean, it's probably a good idea anyway. This is probably super cheap. But, I mean, it seems to work, and it seems to work okay. So, I'll see if I can find some of these maybe on Amazon or something like that. Like I said, I got mine on GearBest. I can have a look around and see if Banggood or any of the others have something similar. But for $4, I'm pretty impressed, I guess. And I'm more impressed that it even got to me, to be honest with you, because, like I said, GearBest has disappeared, and this took ages to get to me, but it did eventually get here. And more of a curiosity than anything else. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll be back with another episode soon, and this is Gizmo Joe signing off.